Zhu, while looking at Elder Yi, said with some admiration, this Elder Yi from the immortal sect is just as terrifying as Elder Shiman. Old man while dozing off, but secretly sizing them up, and thought, they've truly courted death by provoking the immortal sect. He said with nervousness, father, luckily, your opponent isn't this elder from the immortal sect. Listening to his son's word, he gives him a tight slap. He, while crying and blood coming from his nose, said, father, my face just finished healing from the swelling, and now you've made it swollen again. Beardman coldly humped in annoyance and said, does your face matter? You've almost ruined the Four Directions Hall. Then thought, in the past, we were the ones who annihilated entire clans that dared to offend the Four Directions Hall. Who would have thought that now we'd be forced into such a position by this unknown immortal sect? His son said in his mind, father, how do you know that woman might not be even stronger than this elder? Bearded man, while getting for battle, he said, if the Four Directions Hall is destroyed today, I'll kill you first as a sacrifice. Listening to him, Fatty got frightened. Beardman then charged at Zhu Yuyan while pointing his 2 fingers on his head. Zhu Yuyan used her ribbon to tie his hand and then kick him so that he loses balance. He gets up and used his ability to make lots of clone. Seeing that she was bit baffled, Beardman used all of his clone to attack her from all sides. After a while she vomits blood. She bounced back so that she can avoid. While wiping her face, she said, no wonder it's called the Four Directions Fist. He became crazy and attacked her from all sides. After attacking her, he felt like they have attacked nothing. When his original body saw her, he became terrified and with a startle said, what the F is going on? Zhu Yuyan used her lower body to attack all the clones and tightly grab them. Using her leg, Zhu Yuyan while floating said, forcing me to use the heavenly demon art, demonic body dissolution. While saying that, she also used her ribbon to tie his original body's hand. Zhu Yuyan while looking sexy said, even in death, you should consider it an honor. Then ties all the hands of the clone. Seeing the situation, he shouts loudly, Four Directions Hall disciples, kill that demon woman. I have been playing with you wholeheartedly. Yet you insist on dragging everyone into this. Saying that, she clapped her hand. All of them got mesmerized. Zhu Yuyan blow a kiss. Seeing that, they willingly ties their own hand, raising their hand towards the sky. Fatty while crying in tears said, father, I don't want to lose my right arm like Elder Gui Xiong did. While pulling the ribbon using his mouth, he said, hurry and save me. But it was too late because in the influence they all cut their own hand. Zhu Yuyan while twisting her body said, the Four Directions Hall is now left with only one-armed fighters. You might as well rename it the One-Armed Hall from now on. Hands are falling like a raindrop. He started trembling in fear and said, fortunately, my right arm was broken before this. Bearded man's right arm was cut off, but still he is acting tough. The purpose of Sifang Hall is to give a tooth for a tooth, a hand for a hand. Even if I can't kill you, I will cut off your right arm. He looks at her with bloodshot eye. Then using his left hand he tried to attack her. But she didn't give him the chance. She collect all the hand using her ribbon and said coldly, since you love your stinky hands so much, then I'll give them back to you. Seeing all the hands coming at him, he started to panic. How could there be such a weird trick? Elder Zhu closed her eyes and said with a laugh, this is the devil's magic. Then we can see that all of the hands are attached to his body like octopus. He starts going forward and kills his own man with his own hand. After seeing this, he desperately shouts, anyone come here and help me. But everyone is retrieving back, and some of them who are a bit far away start shouting in fear, don't come near us, stay away, but it was too late. Then he walked towards his son. Fatty is trembling in fear, Dad, don't come over here. I can't help you. He is crying desperately, I can't control myself. Twist his son neck like a doe. Elder Zhu said, I thought you were joking about sacrificing your son. I didn't expect that you would actually do it. He regrettably said, I didn't expect that my Sifang Palace, as the top sect of the Ori Empire, would end just like that, and it was destroyed by just one person. After saying that with trembling hand, put 2 fingers on his forehead, then bang bang. The crowd was murmuring around. The Sifang Palace, which usually acted tyrannically, was destroyed just like that. This immortal sect is too terrifying. One person destroyed a top sect. Suddenly someone said, "This woman's skills are so strange, could she be from the demon clan?" "Even if she is from the demon clan, it doesn't matter. If we go up, we will die." When they realize they cannot defeat her, they start pleading to the general, "This woman must be a demon. Please destroy the demon." Li Qing is mocking the general. This great general is at most at the peak of the Xianhuang realm. And the elders of our immortal sect are all at the peak of the mysterious emperor realm. What kind of demons do they still want to destroy? Elder Yi pour cold water to Li Qing's thought. His surface level of cultivation is indeed like this, but even I can't see through his actual level of cultivation. Before the sect leader comes back, we'd better not fight him. After hearing the Elder Yi word, Li Qing got goosebumps. This person is so powerful. Lightly tapped the ground and said with stern, "Everyone keeps quiet." Li Qing and Li He quietly listen. The general said, "It's just that her skills are weird, she's not from the demon clan." After hearing that, both of them sigh. In relief. We see that the demon ceiling list has appeared. After seeing the demon ceiling list, the general was astonished. Before the general said anything, the flame army surrounded the immortal sect. Demon asked the general, "Didn't you just say that our elder Zhu is not from the demon clan?" General said, "Just now, the prince's name suddenly disappeared from the demon ceiling list. This means the prince has been killed." General silently thought. The only person who has the ability to kill the prince is the leader of the immortal sect, Wang Feng. Flame army surrounds all the disciples of the immortal sect. Wu Nian start the attack with his palm. Ling Fei will slash everyone with her sword. Xian Sha yelling at them, "A bunch of minions of the empire, take it from me." Both of them work as NPC who describe the situation. Zhuzhen said to the old man, "This flame army is too weak and can barely withstand a single blow." Old man replied, "Do you know why the flame army is called the Undead Legion?" After hearing him, she was confused. We see that somebody has printed a hand on his body from that fire emitted. He is shouting desperately. Zhuzhen asked again, "Could it be that the flame army is called the Undead Army because they can transform injuries into weapons that cause damage? In this way, they can not only remain unharmed, you can also obtain the enemy's attack means without any effort." My favorite Li Qing is saying, "I have a bad feeling." The man is yelling at him, "You die fatso." But Li Qing caught the sword with his bare hand. He was smug about it. "Hey, how could your grandpa easily be bullied? I am so happy about him, at last he can do something." Wait, what is this reaction? "I have a bad feeling." Ha ha ha, somebody actually penetrated his ass. Yikes, that hurt. Shameless people, you actually attacked your Grandpa Li's back door. They got bamboozled from all sides. Old man still talking. This time the immortal sect might be finished. It's bad luck. Zhuzhen curiously asked. However, the immortal sect still has 3 elders at the peak of the Xianhuang realm who have not yet taken action. With 3 against 1, they were sure to win. Old man is shaking his head. "No, Zhuzhen, you were wrong this time." On the surface, it seemed that they had surrounded General Chen Li and had the upper hand. They were controlled by General Chen Li. All the elder faces are a bit flustered. Old man sighs in pity. So the immortal sect. Now you can only save yourself. Mu Yunfei encouraged everyone must hold on to it. Until our sect leader comes back. Flame army attack all the disciples of the immortal sect. At that moment Elder Yi personally took action to halt the flame army. Elder Yi coldly said to the flame army troops, "You guys hold on first." Seeing that, General gave a heavy sigh, then said to Elder Yi, "Interesting, how can you say that when I am still alive?" Then opened his eyes from where the flame is erupting and coldly said, "I'm coming too. Don't forget." We see that Elder Yi portrait is formed in the general eye with an invisible sword. After seeing that, he lightly tapped the ground, which shook the whole place violently, as well as Elder Yi, and his skill was also destroyed that was stopping Flame Army troop. Flame Army troops didn't waste time to attack all the disciple. We see that Fei Wu is also ready to get hurt. Li Qing suddenly uses ability which tiny ice sculpture of Fei Wu was formed on Li Qing hand. Fei Wu was also slowly fading away after that. Li Qing came in front of the attack, uses a mortal body to defend. Fei Wu was baffled and asked in a doubt, "Brother, how are you?" Li Qing was lying helplessly and got up from the ground wiping his blood. Said with some difficulty, "I have the immortal body of the black turtle. What is this little pain? Fortunately, I learned this trick from my master, which can be used to swap the positions of flowers and trees. Otherwise, I can't save you, junior sister Fei Wu." At that time the demon Xian Sha interrupted him and said, "In that case, why not take the hit for us as well?" Li Qing said with some annoyance, "The flower grafting technique is used in an instant and cannot be used twice in a row. And you want me to be hammered to death?" Elder Yi vigorously attacked the general and asked with some doubt, "Why do you know my unique skills?" Avoided the sword attack general casually replied, "All the unique skills in the world, if I use seeing through fire it is no longer a unique skill." Elder Shiman also unsheathed his sword and asked with some concern, "There are such magic skills. If you can copy someone else's unique skills just by looking at them? It seems that this battle must be resolved quickly." Then he launched at him from back. Suddenly General twists his body in mid-air, which baffled Elder Shiman. General uses Blazing Eye again to copy Li Qing's ability. Elder Shiman is having trouble and said in a grave tone, "Not good." He wants to use Yao Yu's teaching that Li Qing have learned to transfer. We see that Elder Shiman stabs Elder Yi. Both of them got confused. "Now it's your turn to use your special skills," General mockingly said to Elder Shiman. After hearing that, Elder Shiman's face got gloomy. Before he can react, General attack Elder Shiman. But Elder Zhu saved Elder Shiman by binding his hand and forcefully kicked him from behind. Elder Zhu loudly shout, "Draw your sword." Elder Shiman quickly react, draw his sword from Elder Yi back and slash at the general. But General was more cunning than them. He used the ability again from which Elder Zhu came in front him and used her as a shield. Elder Zhu used her body split technique so that she can avoid the sword attack that is directed by Elder Shiman. Elder Shiman wasn't happy because he wasn't able to break the general's armor. General didn't care. Instead he pulled his hand, which was still holding the Elder Zhu's ribbon, and said in a mocking tone, "I am not worthy of this sword. Let's offer this beautiful lady some flowers." Elder Zhu said in a panic, "He wants me to be in front of the sword," but it was too late. The deed was already done. Elder Shiman said in a hurried, "Hold on a little longer, and I'll draw my sword." He was trying to pull his sword, but instead he lost his right arm. Elder Shiman was explaining to us, "I was hit by his demon disintegration." General didn't let him continue to say anything else. He used his sword to attack Elder Shiman while holding Elder Zhu. Elder Yi helped Elder Shiman from falling backward, but both of them still being dragged backward for quite a while. Elder Zhu was laying in front of the general, and Elder Shiman and Elder Yi, both of them, was gasping for air. General menacingly said, "Since you are seriously injured, then I allow you to go together in hell." Elder Yi said to Elder Shiman, "Whatever moves we use next will be copied by him. Then let's use the final blow to decide the winner." Elder Shiman also agreed. Elder Shiman accumulate lots of sword energy, which he controls by only remaining hand left. Then direct the energy towards the sky. Then we can see a huge sword energy is descending from the sky towards the general. Everyone was in an uproar. General was excited. "Oh, let me experience your strongest sword." Elder Yi also used his ability, which held him to stay in one place. Finally he bent his knee from the gravity he was facing, but still he was determined to pull his sword from his scabbard. But Elder Zhu used her last strength to hold him tight using her ribbon. "Don't try to pull it out." Elder Shiman point the energy sword downward. The sword energy finally falls on the general. Elder Shiman was gasping from air. Elder Yi cough off blood. Elder Zhu was in a bad shape. The general was still holding his breath, but he was severely injured. General is sincerely praising them. What a goodness. There is actually such a master as his elder. If your opponent is not me, I'm afraid you are the ones who have the last laugh, General said them, while looking gruesome. While General was talking, his soldiers were gathering together. General starts to glow, then he said with some regret. Raise an army for 1,000 days and use it in one moment. Then the general said to the soldiers, if you can die under this sword, your life will not be in vain. Every soldier yells loudly. For the general to be sword, it's glorious to die. Then we see that everyone's energy is going towards the general. General wound has recovered, but all the soldiers has slowly vanished in thin air. He put his hand on the sword energy, then, bam. The sword energy has shattered, which hits all the elders. Our NPC old man is looking at them. Then he narrowed his eyes and said, I thought the 3 elders of the immortal sect were strong enough. I didn't expect that even with 3 against 1, we still couldn't defeat General Chenlai. Suddenly someone's laugh is heard, which is none other than this lady, which I forgot her name. The immortal sect will be in trouble this time unless there are gods to rescue them. Otherwise, you will be doomed to be exterminated. Old man looked at her and calmly said, You are happy early. Hearing his word, lady stopped laughing. Old man continue his word. Although I don't know God can save them. But he can. After saying that, he points his finger at someone. Not only the old man is seeing at a particular place, but even the disciples of the immortal sect and their elders, as well as General, is looking at the same direction. Because the reason is Wang Feng. He has finally came back with his wife, I guess. Hope that she is not his wife. Wang Feng is carrying her like princess style. Damn. Seeing the situation, Wang Feng asked the system, help me to treat them. System respond. Use healing on Yiguchen, Shiman Piaoxue, and Zhu Yuyan. All of them got heal, especially Elder Shiman right hand has regenerated itself. Seeing Wang Feng, everyone bowed their heads and said that at the same time we met the sect master. And disciples are also running towards him. Ling Feiwu said, Master, you are finally back. Demon is also laughing with joy. But Li Qing is something else. He asked Wang Feng, who is this? Wang Feng coughed lightly to ease the situation. He said, it's a long story. Then he changed the topic and said, let's not waste time, let me meet General Chen first. Seeing him that he's tried to hide his embarrassment, she started blushing. Then he walked forward towards the general. He said, it was you who hurt the one from the immortal sect? General asked him back. Did you kill the prince? Wang Feng closed his one eye, crossed his hand, and with a chuckle he said, didn't you announce in person that there were no restrictions on this demon sealing conference? Even if I killed the prince, it didn't break the rules, right? Seeing the attitude and hearing his response, rest of the crowd got terrified and baffled. Then they start to whisper, is this immortal sect's leader a fool? Some people facepalmed their own face and said, General Chenlai said there are no restrictions. Does he really think there are no restrictions? Some people said, killing the crown prince of the Sun Empire is equivalent to becoming an enemy of the Sun Empire. Isn't this courting death? And some other group of people said, we'd better stay away and watch the fun, so as to avoid being splashed with the blood of the immortal sect. General grind his teeth and said in a low voice, I just wanted to watch a good show, but you dragged me into it. In that case, I will accompany you to finish this play. Dare to hurt my immortal sect, said Wang Feng. Then he brings out his Dharma body, charged at him and yelled loudly, I will kill without any mercy. General uses blazing eye technique again. And copy the Dharma body. To match the same attack. A huge collision happened and a terrified sound came from it, which everyone felt, and falls backward from the shock. Wang Feng was confused and asked question in a doubt. Why does he know my Tathagata? And Yimuching is actually resting on his head. Why is that? Yimuching replied. After entering the Xuanzuan realm, you can get a glimpse of the laws of heaven and earth. The ability he just displayed to see through things is a law that can be used to learn any skills or unique techniques. Wang Feng was shocked and exclaimed loudly. He actually entered the Xuanzuan realm? She is explaining. He is now only halfway into the Xuanzuan realm. At most, he can be called a half-step Xuanzuan realm. Listening to her, Wang Feng became confident and said with a grin, since it is not the real Xuanzuan realm, then there is nothing to fear. General is ready to show him what fear is, so he used the copied Dharma body to crush Wang Feng. Wang Feng with a grin also brings out his Dharma body, and anyone can tell me why Mu Qing is still hugging Wang Feng from behind. Damn it, if he gets beaten up that would be great. Sigh, forget it, he calmly pairs the attack. Over here Li Qing is being surrounded by all his junior disciples. I don't know why Li Qing is in an ecstasy. Let's find out what Monk is saying. Big brother, let us heal you together now to speed up your recovery. Li Qing, who's in Cloud 9, is saying. You guys are so nice to me. Is this the deep friendship between fellow students? This senior brother is very moved. With the cultivation base at the peak of the mysterious Emperor realm, the sect master probably has no chance of winning against Chen Lai. If the sect master's palm technique is broken, you have to perform the technique of transferring flowers and trees to block the palm strike, so as to give the sect master a chance to counterattack. Li He shattered his dream by telling the truth. Poor Li Qing, how pitiful, no one cares about him. Listening to Li He's words, Li Qing quickly protests. Although I have the body of a mysterious turtle body, but still, aren't you guys just want me to go up there to die? Elder Shiman confidently stated that you guys are wrong about sect master's power. Listening to his remark, everyone look at him. Elder Shiman, without batting his eyes, looking at the battlefield, said the sect leader is more unfathomable than you think. Over here in the battlefield, both of the Dharma bodies are in a stalemate. Then suddenly crunching sounds came, which perplexed the general. Then the general's Dharma body broke. Seeing that, he quickly retreats back and said in a confusion. Although Tathagatapam is your move, my cultivation level is higher than yours. Why can you break my Tathagatapam? Wang Feng with a grin, he said. Although you can learn my Tathagatapam, but some things can't be learned. Then we see a dazzling light is coming from the broken Dharma body. And this is none other than the firefly. He calmly landed on Wang Feng's finger, and guys, did you notice that how arrogant the firefly looks? General said in a deep voice. I underestimated you, there is such an interesting little thing hidden inside. Speaking of gadgets, I have it too. Seeing that thing, Wang Feng said to Mu Qing, please step aside first. And this ribbon or robe thing, I don't know what the thing is, so I would call it sword, and General is proudly holding it up high. Then he yelled loudly and said, take this, then swing his sword at him. Wang Feng simply bring out his Dharma body to catch the incoming sword attack and cheerfully said, easy peasy. General is saying. You are rejoicing early. Then it started to glow brightly. And the Dharma body is slowly disappearing. Which baffled Wang Feng, and it was too late to dodge and faced it head on. Wang Feng asked in a doubt and confusion. Why did my Tathagatapam disappear out of thin air? And surprisingly enough, General replied. The fire-cursed dragon is integrated into the laws of heaven and earth, and can make your mysterious energy dissipate on its own once it is condensed. Without the support of profound energy, all unique skills are nothing but water without a source. Wang Feng kneels down from the attack and start gasping for air while holding his hand on his heart. He decided to stay quiet. But Mu Qing, she is worried and exclaimed loudly, husband. Wang Feng still gasping for air, he asked. How much time is left until the end of the game? General said in an annoyance. You are about to die, and you still care about this? But General still answer. Wait until the last stick of incense burns out. The game officially ends. Wang Feng, while looking at the incense, he thought. Judging from the thickness and length of this incense stick, it is estimated that it will take another 15 minutes to burn out. Then he start to look his system's screen. I must hold on until this incense burns out and the system calculates the reward. Only then will you have a chance to turn defeat into victory. System message that is written. Lead the disciples of the sect to participate in the Demon Sealing Conference held by the Yori Empire and win the first place in the Demon Sealing Conference. General didn't give him the time to breathe. He said, the incense is about to burn out. However, your life will definitely be shorter than this stick of incense. Wang Feng is also badly injured, and his whole body is emitting with violent energy. General charged at Wang Feng. Wang Feng is actually helpless, he can't move because of the injury he suffers, so he has to take the hit head on. In that time Li Qing suddenly came in front of the attack and blocked it using his turtle immortal body. Seeing that Wang Feng was baffled, Li Qing coughs up blood, then he lands on the ground. Wang Feng is saying, "Li Qing, who asked you to block the attack for me?" Li Qing give a weak smile, then cough up more blood. Then he said, "I have the body of turtle immortal body. If I don't stop it, who else can stop it?" Seeing the damage, rest of the disciples was taken back. General is saying, "I'd like to see if you can block my second sword attack." Then slash at Li Qing. Wang Feng quickly use his Firefly to destroy the sword slash. But it was in vain because Firefly also got crippled. System is saying the host is in trouble. Wang Feng is thinking. Unexpectedly, even Firefly was also dragged down. Wang Feng is out of card. He was in desperate situation. In that time Ling Feiwu has come in front of the attack to block it. Seeing that, Wang Feng opened his eyes in astonishment, and Li Qing also somehow opened his eyes to see the situation. But Ling Feiwu has no special ability, so she only can face the attack head-on. Wang Feng was in trance. Everyone rushed at her and yelled loudly, "Senior sister!" Li Tianxin give her pill so that it can stop her from blood loss. But it didn't work. Seeing her condition, Li Tianxin started to sob. While holding her tears she said, "Master, senior sister is seriously injured. My pills don't work at all." Wang Feng, while gritting his teeth, he said, "System, quickly heal Ling Feiwu's injuries." System replied, "The host's sect value has been used up and cannot be exchanged for healing. The demon sealing conference will be over in less than an incense stick of time. I will get sect points immediately. I want some advanced sect points." "Sorry, rules are rules, and we cannot meet the host's requirements." Li Qing, while crawling to Ling Feiwu's side, he said, "Junior sister must still be alive. There's no need to waste time. She'll be fine soon," said Muqing. Listening to that, Wang Feng and Li Qing, both of them look at her with eager gaze. Muqing didn't do anything, she just absorbed her. From Ling Feiwu's chest some kind of flower came out on its own, and that flower is glowing, and it levitated her from ground. Seeing that, Li He and Monk was confused. Demon said, "The treasure of the past. Is this the Ling family's treasure?" Seeing the whole situation, Wang Feng asked Muqing what's going on. Muqing replied, "This disciple of yours possesses a precious treasure called Yellow Springs Manhwa. Once her life is on the line and one foot steps into the underworld, she will be able to awaken the underworld flower. From then on, once the host is injured, it will draw the surrounding heaven and earth's mysterious energy to provide the host with healing. The more serious the injury, the more mysterious energy will flow in. When the host recovers, his cultivation level will often increase greatly. Then let's get closer to Ling Feiwu so that she can absorb our chi faster to heal her wounds." Ling Feiwu's injuries has recovered rapidly. General said, "I guessed it right. The Ling family's Yellow Springs Red Spider Lily is on Ling Feiwu's body. Master Wang, how about we make a deal? As long as you hand over the Yellow Springs Manhwa, I will spare the immortal sect." Wang Feng asked him with narrowed eyes. "The Yellow Springs Red Spider Lily grows on her body, how can she give it to you?" General replied, "Kill her and you can take it out naturally." Now let's see what decision Wang Feng take, and if he says no, then how he will defeat him. Feiwu's injured has recovered somewhat. Seeing that everyone gathered around her, Li Tianxin is saying, "Senior sister's injuries are healing rapidly. Great, sister, you are saved." Seeing the concern that everyone has to each other, Wang Feng smiled gently. General don't want to see this drama, so he stomped on the ground with his sword and said in a deep tone, "Sect leader Wang. Using one person to exchange for so many lives of the immortal sect. Isn't it worth it?" Wang Feng lose balance. Feiwu is still recovering. Li He, Li Tianxin, both of them looked at him with unkind gazes. Li Qing is gritting his teeth like he is going to eat him alive. Wang Feng is having trouble to breathe because of the curse that General has put on him. Seeing the commotion, Ling Feiwu stand up shakingly, and with a weak voice she said, "My life was given by the patriarch, and my revenge was avenged by the patriarch." And holding her hand on her chest she said, Ling Feiwu willingly offered the Yellow Springs Manhwa. Listening to Feiwu's word, General lightly hummed an acknowledgement, then with approving tone he said, The immortals and religions provide good guidance, then said to Wang Feng, your disciple is so sensible, things will be easy. And over here listening to Fei Wu's word, Wang Feng lightly tapped on her forehead and said with a laugh, if our immortal sect has to sacrifice the lives of its disciples to protect, what qualifications do we have to call ourselves the sect of immortals? Fei Wu rubbed her forehead with teary eyes, while smiling she said yes. Sect Master. Seeing this heroic moment, Mu Qing started to blush, then she said in loving voice, you are worthy of being my husband. Listening to Mu Qing's word, Wang Feng laughed nervously, then he thought, I am a person with cheats after all, and I can't even protect my own people. Isn't that a disgrace to the time travelers? Then he dismissed his thought. Point his finger towards to the general and said in a firm tone, I can definitely break your fire dragon curse. Listening to Wang Feng's word, general said in nonchalant manner, unless your cultivation is higher than the half-step Xuanzuan realm, it is impossible to get rid of this fire-cursed dragon. Moreover, you will never be able to enter the Xuanzuan realm in this lifetime. Listening to general's word, he said, then you should be more optimistic. Saying that he brings out his Dharma body but in incomplete form. Seeing this incomplete form of Dharma body, monk said, the Buddha's image is constantly being burned and eaten away. Mu Yunfei said in a concern, it seems that the sect master still cannot suppress the fire-cursed dragon. Wang Feng concentrated his energy only to bring out a part of Dharma body, then clap his hand. Seeing this, general sneered, then he said, concentrate the limited energy on your palm and make the final blow. In that time Dharma body is ready to crush him. General simply waved his sword to stop the attack, then with a mocking tone he said, child's play. The shock wave is being felt from afar. Zhu Yuyan, while covering her face, she said. Although the difference between the half-step Xuanzuan realm and the peak of the Xianhuang realm is only half a realm. But it is like heaven and earth. General, while pointing his sword towards Wang Feng, he said, you failed, is there any more trick you have? Wang Feng, while kneeling down and gasping for air. And his violent energy which has burned his Dharma body and also slowly fading away. General asked him again, do you have any more trick? Wang Feng started to laugh maniacally, then wiped his blood with one finger, then with confidence he said, I succeeded. Listening to Wang Feng's words, general looked at him with dismissive gaze, then he said, oh, I want to see what you have succeed. Wang Feng closed his one eye and with a faint smile he said, the target of Tathagata is not you. Rather, my target is the wind from the Tathagata palm to accelerate the burning of the incense stick. Listening to him, general glanced back and check out the incense burner. Wang Feng continued to say, now that the incense has burned out, it means that the demon sealing conference has ended. That mean end of the game. General was bit baffled, he said. So what if the game is over? What does it have to do with you breaking the fire-cursed dragon? Wang Feng, while chuckling, he said. The relationship between the two was huge. System beep sound, and it said, congratulations to the host for leading the disciples in the sect to win the first place in the demon sealing conference. Obtain 5 summoning opportunities and be rewarded with 100,000 sect value. Listening to the system's message, Wang Feng said, system, use 100,000 sect points to exchange for 100 chances to draw a lottery. Start the lottery directly. Wang Feng is being covered with lots of systems message. Congratulations to the host for obtaining 1/10 of Yi Guchen's cultivation. Congratulations to the host for obtaining 1/10 of Shimen Piaoshua's cultivation level. Congratulations to the host for obtaining 1/10 of Yao Yua's cultivation. Congratulations to the host for obtaining 1/10 of Yi Guchen's cultivation. Congratulations to the host for obtaining 1/30 of Yan Shi's cultivation level. Congratulations to the Lord for receiving the gift of beauty. Congratulations to the host for obtaining 1/30 of the cultivation level of Yan Shi. The host obtains one of the 10 cultivation levels of Yu Yan. Seeing this dense message that's bombarding in his mind, Wang Feng with a smile he said, system, add all the cultivation skills to this host. Then we see a dazzling light came out from Wang Feng. Now he is vibrating with energy. This sword-like thing actually gives a shrinking sound, then it start to cry. General asked him in bewilderment. Why can you break the fire-cursed dragon? Wang Feng's Dharma body changed qualitatively. He answered him while raising his fist high. I just accidentally, just in time to be promoted to the Xuanzuan realm. System message, congratulations to the host for being promoted to the Xuanzuan realm. Wang Feng with a smug smile waved his hand in nonchalant manner. Seeing this behavior, General gritted his teeth. He said with some bewilderment, "You were clearly at the peak of the Xianhuang realm just now, and you didn't even touch the shadow of a half-step Xuanzuan." Then roar loudly. "How is it possible to advance to the Xuanzuan realm in an instant?" Hearing his roar, she quickly took cover behind the chair, and with a quivering voice she said, "The leader of the immortal sect is actually stronger than General Chenlai? Doesn't that mean no one can destroy the immortal sect?" Hearing her words, Wang Feng walked towards her, put his leg on her hand on which she was holding the chair. Then he said, "Oh, you are the elder of Tianxin's sect, right?" Then with a mocking tone he said, "If you want to destroy my immortal sect, why bother asking others to do it? You can do it yourself." While trying to pull her hand, and with flustered voice she said, "Master Wang, I was just joking just now." Then lower her head, and with dejecting manner she continues, "Even if I have the ability, I can't destroy the immortal sect." Wang Feng, while pointing his finger like a gun, said, "How do you know it won't work if you don't try?" Hearing his words, she looked at him with terrified gaze, opened her mouth to say something. In that moment Wang Feng attacked her with some kind of energy, then bang on her forehead. She fell from the shock, and her face became twisted. Wang Feng, while waving his hand, explained, "As long as you absorb enough qi, you can be promoted to the Xianzun realm." Then with encouraging tone he continued, "By then, it won't be impossible for you to destroy our immortal sect." She is having trouble to stand. Then all of a sudden, she sucks a breath of air. Then with ecstasy she pondered, "The mysterious energy in my body. It's really growing rapidly." With a maniacal laugh she starts to think that she is in cloud 9. "I can really advance to the Xuanzuan realm. Then let Chenlai cooperate with me to destroy the immortal sect." "Suck so hard, it seems you really want to kill us." Saying that, Wang Feng chuckled, then shake his head and said, "It is pity. Your body seems unable to withstand so much mysterious energy. We see that the lady is bulged like a balloon, slowly levitated from the ground." Seeing that, Wang Feng laughed. Seeing her condition, she came out from her dream and hurriedly said, "Master Wang, what's wrong with me?" Then in a flustered tone she continues, "I can't release the mysterious energy which I absorbed." Wang Feng closed his one eye and with a cheeky grin, "I only increased the speed at which you absorbed the qi, but I did not increase the speed at which you released the qi." Then with a killing intent he said, "So the more you want to kill us, the faster you will grow. You don't know how to measure your ability. That's why you seek death." Saying that, Wang Feng turns back with a cool pose, and that time she also explodes. Li Tianxin opened her mouth in shock and said with some admiration that, "I used to have to look up to her existence, but it was so easy for the sect leader to just kill her like this." Zhuzhen broke into a cold sweat in fear while covering her mouth with his hand and said with a trembling voice, "Sect Master Wang actually killed a strong man with just the simplest breath?" Old man, while nodding his head, said, "Yes. It's indeed scary. I won't be in trouble even if you don't breathe. Your trick is ineffective against me." Saying that, he unsheathes his sword and slash at Wang Feng. Wang Feng stomped on the ground and broke a piece of wood covered with his energy. While kicking at him he said, "If one move doesn't work, then I will try another tactic. Then clash it head on." General Sword got bounced back from that force. While his hand was trembling from the shock, he said with gritted teeth, "This is the strength of Xuanzuan realm. A piece of sawdust can also defeat a half-step Xuanzuan realm?" Wang Feng laughed softly, then with a sneer on his face he said, "You overestimate your ability." Wang Feng, while pointing his hand towards his disciples, he said in nonchalant manner, "Believe it or not, any random disciple of our sect can defeat you." Hearing his word, General, Mu Yunfei, Monk, Li Tianxin, Li He, all of them got perplexed. Then with angry voice, "You said that I am not as good as you, which I can accept. But it is absolutely impossible to say that I am not as good as the disciples in your sect." Wang Feng, while pointing his finger towards Mu Yunfei, said, "You go up." Listening to that, he was taken aback and said, "What? I am against the half-step Xuanzuan." Wang Feng, while pushing him forward, he said, "Don't worry, I'm here, he can't hurt you. I want to see what a mere prince can do." Saying that, General roared loudly, then charged at him and said, "I want to see how you can defeat the half-step Xuanzuan realm." Both of them sword collide. We see that someone's sword broke in half, and it is none other than Mu Yunfei's. He is fainting from exhaustion but didn't lower his guard. He looked at him warily. First there was no reaction on General face. Then all of a sudden lot of blood came out from his chest while he was going down. He said, "I can't even beat who is in the king realm?" Listening to that, Mu Yunfei smile.